One step through these doors, and Versailles stops being a palace. Everything becomes a performance of light, power, and control.
A short ride from Paris, and the city rhythm fades into royal planning.
Versailles begins before the gate. Its geometry pulls you in from blocks away.
Even from afar, the building looks like it's wearing jewelry.
The threshold is deliberate. Your eyes are meant to surrender first.
Versailles rewards planning. Arrive early, and the palace feels like it's breathing.
The modern world doesn't vanish. It just waits outside the galleries.
The courtyard isn't just a place. It's a stage designed for awe.
Up close, the luxury becomes craftsmanship. Patient hands, endless hours. Geometry here is emotional. Order that makes you feel small. A palace this dense needs a compass. History is layered room by room. Every ascent feels ceremonial, like you're being prepared for a reveal. Versailles teaches a rule. Look up, and you'll understand who held power. These rooms weren't private. They were theater with rules. Mythology here isn't decoration. It's a message about resilience and power.
The materials speak two languages: permanence and spectacle.
Even the quiet rooms shimmer. Versailles refuses to be ordinary.
Themes repeat like signatures: nature, conquest, and control.
Color here is strategy. Reds that feel like authority.
Even the ground participates. Every step becomes part of the scene.
Natural light is the most honest thing here, and it still looks staged.
The Sun King's symbol is everywhere. Apollo radiating influence.
Versailles is a corridor of revelations. Each doorway, a new statement.
Then it happens. Reflections start to stack, and the palace doubles itself.
The Hall of Mirrors doesn't feel like a room. It feels like an idea made physical. Reflections here aren't an effect. They're architecture.
Light breaks into fragments, and suddenly the gallery feels infinite. The mirrors reflect people, but the windows reveal the real masterpiece outside.
Even overhead, the story insists. Victory, grandeur, destiny.
To see Versailles, you learn to move with it. Patient, steady, present.
The palace celebrates more than beauty. Sometimes it celebrates dominance.
Peace here feels curated, like another symbol to display.
Beyond the Grand Gallery, the palace turns personal, at least by Versailles standards.
This room watched births, rituals, and whispers, history at human distance.
Power wasn't only built in stone, it was stitched into every surface. The palace shifts tone. Grandeur becomes reverence.
Here, height is the message. Faith and monarchy rising together.
Even quiet craftsmanship feels monumental inside these walls. After gold and mirrors, the sky feels like a reset.
Inside, Versailles overwhelms with ornament, but outside, it conquers with distance, symmetry, and scale.
The details stay grounded, even as the view tries to pull you away.
These gardens are not wild nature, they're disciplined nature.
The palace behind you, the landscape ahead. Versailles switches from interior theater to outdoor empire. Latona stands at the center, like a myth, turned into a navigation point. Passionately, the gardens have their own mirrors, moving, imperfect, alive.
Walk long enough, and the garden feels like a cathedral built from trees.
Versailles hides surprises in side corridors, secret rooms made of hedges.
Here, the garden becomes architecture again. Stone and silence. Time leaves fingerprints, even on marble meant to outlast generations. Even fruit trees become royal, arranged like an exhibition. Small life details, green, bright, stubborn, inside a world of stone.
The symbolism is direct. Sunlight, motion, and power in one frame.
The canal isn't just water, it's the final underline on the garden's sentence.
Versailles is long. Resting is part of seeing.
The estate is vast. Versailles is a palace, and also a landscape country.
Away from the crowds, the estate breathes differently. More personal, more calm.
The Trianon feels refined. Less public spectacle, more private elegance. Here, silence becomes the luxury. Petit Trianon is Versailles in a different voice, restrained, intimate.
The lines soften here. Nature is allowed to feel slightly less strict.
A royal fantasy of simplicity, carefully designed, carefully maintained. Even here, water becomes a mirror. Versailles follows you.
The rustic look is crafted, simplicity, engineered with precision.
The estate shifts moods like scenes in a film. Grand, then gentle, then quiet again.
On the way back, you feel the distance. Versailles asks for time.
Some days the fountains roar, other days they whisper. Either way, the design holds.
The repetition is hypnotic. Order repeated until it becomes belief.
No matter where you wander, the palace pulls your eyes back like gravity. Returning inside feels like entering a different climate. Warmer, denser, slower. The same room changes with light. Morning feels sharp, afternoon feels warm. Versailles invites you close, but it protects itself with quiet rules.
It's not silent, it's restrained, like the palace is listening back.
You leave with your neck sore from looking up, and your eyes.
Versailles becomes portable, shrunk into paper, carried home as proof. Outside, the air feels bigger, but the palace still dominates the space. Everyone takes one last frame, because the mind doesn't trust it was real.
The town feels calm, as if it's used to living beside a legend.
Leaving is easy. Processing what you saw takes longer.
Reflections follow you. Versailles trained your eyes to notice them.
The modern world returns, but it feels less certain after Versailles.
One route, one day. Palace interiors first, Hall of Mirrors early, gardens at golden hour, Trianon for quiet.
Long after you leave, the gallery stays, repeating itself in every reflection you see.
Versailles shrinks behind you, but the feeling of scale remains.
Versailles is the art of making you look.